this.
I hope their heating didn't go off.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well.
So instead, I will appear very kooky.
Concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife.
The thing is, what am I supposed to say about the week that's like completely missing? I mean, I don't remember a whole week. And apparently I stayed in a cabin that never existed. How do I even know that my wife's real at the moment? Why didn't he just go to a hospital?
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems
Need to read.
I don't have the luxury.
Richard Bowe, Bruce Danksy, Jacob Miller on a camping trip overdue, haven't been in contact.
I'll be sure.
Okay, those people look like they could have been on the development team. Oh, well, that's quite a convenient fuse box as well.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that.
Oh, she sounds right up my alley. Coffee. And a manuscript page. This is the weirdest, insane experience ever.
Lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Well, at least if my stream is picking that up, that will be quite funny. My husband is trying to get a bottle of water out, and the plastic around it is just squeaking.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station.
Very squeaky.
There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look,
Ow.
located the brake. Look, it's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Would it be surprising if it was me that trashed that garage?
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
I will see the sheriff when I damn feel like
Alice
it.
was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
But I am ready to leave. It looks very nice outside.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh, did my phone reveal anything about me?
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr.
This is
Wake.
what you're
I
supposed
understand.
to.
Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
If you're a good person,
Personal.
Well, we are
tell
looking
the
for your
cops.
wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
At least I'm not the only one haunted by dark things.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
The police station! Wait, what?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Yeah, but did the man on the phone saw the thermos in the radio? I don't think so.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here.
Ooh, wait, it does?
Let's save
What?
it for the party and leave the guns.
I need to check that. Sure. Oh, it's just that, yeah, it likes... I think it's trying to pick up the chair and not pick up the chair at the same time, so I have to... I have to make it stop. It's been better now. It will still try to take off into space, but what can you do?
For the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Yep, it is through here. We can't bend down, but it's fine.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I suppose that's what we're gonna be doing soon.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Yeah, don't cooperate with the police. That's the good idea. You sure you don't want me to make you a stew today? Yeah, but you look like you're steadily dying. I'm worried. I don't know, stew's what people eat for sicknesses. It makes nice warm things go down your throat.
Reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from
Marvelous, Sarah.
Okay, well in that case, when are you ordering food?
The Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and
I am quite hungry.
little outing. They are not accountable for their actions,
Sorry.
of course. I can assure you that my
Need to
staff
fall
has
asleep,
been
yes. I know.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you talking about my dementia over there?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Not punching the dude, just pointing fingers. Pointing fingers
Was
is the
that
rude
about,
thing.
Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Hello, my wife is missing. Random people are calling me.
Talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go.
Ah, my husband just asked if Barry kind of looks like DSP. I mean, he kind of does. He's very fat-faced, except that he still has more hair than DSP does now.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Okay, you finished your conversation? Good. The skeleton of a Colombian mammoth, Mammutus columbi, this specimen estimated to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to Elderwood National Park in 1998, when the Colombian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktoothed Charlie, it has since become the park's official mascot.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No, but I am looking for some coffee. I might be drunk off this coffee. Maybe that's what's happening.
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction
wait
with
here.
reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
What happened?
Wait.
Crazy poachers. Max here.
I asked you a question and ran away.
They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Hell, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Oh, what a cute pepper.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper.
I obviously can't, for I have made that decision.
You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds.
Yeah, I hit my head, but I'm also
I
looting
come
this
here to
place.
rent a cabin where I could wait till midnight.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Woo! Okay. We did a circle. We signed the form.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Spot, too.
It's my wife,
Finding it, just
and it's now or never.
below that.
She's not gonna live forever. She's actually probably already quite dead. I mean, we are working with kidnappers. They could have recorded her voice, and they could have set out her personal items. We probably should have stuck with the police. That would have probably have been a good idea.
You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month.
You have been doing plenty of that.
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call
During colds with vodka.
Killer. This is not a goddamn debate.
Yeah, it's not working.
I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay.
Oh god, you're gonna give it to me,
I
aren't you?
understand. You're my best friend, and I'm
Whatever you caught.
right in the head.
Oh god, don't catch more pneumonias. I can't take
By
it.
morning, call the cavalry.
See, even knock off DSPs, ill.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Ooh, more coffee for me. I'm just drinking that whiskey coffee all day long. Aw, they disarmed me and they even took away my flares. Now that's unfair. The sheriff's office was all like, why is this weird drunk man going around with weapons? I'm like, I don't know, I found him in the forest next to yellow arrows.
down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Watch the door now.
Ooh, more manuscript pages. Well, you'll be happy to hear that I have dispensed my novel all over this place, and I'm finding it as I go.
He had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Cool. We're scaring a friend.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them. And they had Alice. Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Okay, we're going on foot then. Any other cars around? Where? Up there? Don't call me a dumb cunt while dying.
Dumb cunt.
Stop dying first!
I did. I said it really.
Yes, you said it really, really well, but that's like 2 words. I was just looking for any extra cars.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the...
I broke into somebody's place and collected their stuff. Cool.
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
It's like I love listening to the radio, so just whenever I go, I turn it on.
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though.
I'm exercising.
I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not part of the fishing contest?
That is true. I wonder, do I ever put them down, or do I actually carry them on me at all times?
I just like to take my time and enjoy the piece of it.
Like, yay, the radio!
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
There was like the fish competition on the radio, and we were just so happy to hear it. Excuse me, garbage bin. Don't do that. Oh, cool. Lover's Peak that way. Anything to steal in the house that has obviously been broken into? Ooh.
Crime and punishment.
No light for us.
Of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Yay! Night Springs!
The man
red wine. So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows.
Yeah, your arrest officer is quite the writer.
Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match.
Oh! Don't scare me like that!
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Oh, so this is where the cop has a psychotic episode and the person that he's interrogating just leaves. Well, that was informative. Thanks, TV. Oh, there was like blood splatter in here as well. I never even noticed that. Hey Barry, I'm still alive. Just in case you were wondering.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Stop writing prophecies, Mr. Wake, especially when they're gonna be that brutal. Do not feed the wildlife. Just collect your pages.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Aww. Rose is the waitress, right? Oh, they get to have a romance. That's nice. Nice for me to write that in. Maybe I just felt really bad for my lonely friend. Every good romance starts with a cock block.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me!
I came! Now where are you?
Help me!
Which building?
Can you hear me? Anyone! Please, help! Help me!
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Hello? Help me. Somebody back here. I'm back here.
Yikes!
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay.
Can I have that page back?
I'll be right back.
No, don't say Rip Dogo!
This couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
I'm still here. Anything behind your office? I mean, behind this place? Nope.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
What if I like a dangerous Rusty? It keeps the spotlight off me. But first, some coffee. What if I planted the kidnapper's messages for myself? I mean, I scattered my manuscript pages for myself.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Don't worry, he's gonna die with his dog. That's not alone, right?
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
That's not a good prophecy. Stop writing such sad shit. Write something happy. Like more about Rose and stuff.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Oh cool, puddles are destroyable. I heard the dog die. Don't want to go there. Pretty much. Like, goddamn, that's brutal. He wrote all of this too. I mean, what did the person that was treating the dog do to him either? Why did he write his death in too?
I just need hunting licenses.
Okay. Hunters need hunting licenses, we all agree.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
And I'm gonna follow it.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the park ranger's instructions at all times. Rusty, no! Never. No approach closer than 100 yards. Two bears and wolves. Never approach any other wildlife closer than
Goodbye.
5 yards. Pets must be leashed at all times. Never leave your pet unattended.
What are you doing all the way over there?
It is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even rocks you may find along the river, or even simple berries.
Look, if you wanna fight me, stick to the ammo crate. Because I is sticking to the ammo crate. Aww. Poor man, he exploded. Yo, no! No throwing evil shit at me, got it? Aw, you're exploded too. Everybody's so prone to blowing up. Okay, if the whole town is... It's like if the whole friggin' forest is squeaking at you. That is not a good sign, just saying.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Yeah, I'm playing D&D every Friday. And yes, I like it. I played Pathfinder before that as well. The important bit is to play with people that you like. Because it's kind of like a make-your-own-adventure sort of game, except that your adventure is being written by a GM.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens. But she made him feel young, and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Okay, so, wait, is he dying or is his wife is dead and he's dying? I'm confused. That rock looks like it's primed for climbing and it's gonna bother me. Ooh! Well, have fun with it! that a save point? Yep. Every light is. Good to know. A party full of chaotic evil would be really weird because everybody would be trying to deceive each other.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Okay, well, what about the Moonshine Cave? I mean, apparently there's a secret inside of here. Probably like a secret flare? Ooh, a secret shotgun. They made like a full cave just for that one item. However, it's nice and explorable. Ooh, more batteries. Hi. Hey! Ooh. Are you asking what I want to eat? Chinese courier burgers.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al.
I need to flex my nose from time to time because this mask kind of squishes
that wasn't a
it.
big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
It's literally me just going through these pages going, yep, flexing my nose. Sound effects, the whole environment being fucky. Something tells me this isn't gonna go down well. Oh, that's like, that was like the mid-zone of fuckery. Where everything was very swirly-whirly. god, it kind of feels like we're going deeper into the swirlies. Okay, was that it? Was those 3 guys why the swirlies came? No, there's still more swirliness in the area. Ooh. Bright and shiny. Go towards the bright and shiny! It makes you feel all nice and warm inside. Oh, more fuzzies again. Oh, not the fuzz buzz. Oh god. I don't even see you two, sirs. That's the issue with the whirly whirlies. Sometimes you just don't see things. Alan Wake is fun. It was a good Halloween pick. I think he's getting drunk off that coffee. I'm simply judging that because he's seeing crazy shit. I mean, you dodge like this. Ah! Wait, are you behind me? Yes, you are. I found the cliff! Yep. That's so far I've gotten so far. What is in this area? Nothing. You guys the same 3 guys, or are you guys extras? bit of both. And it's the guys that go over here. Fair enough. Or maybe not. Now all the guys out of the area are very dead. Coffee makers, sheets, anything. Has been very suspiciously long amount of time since our last collectible, so I don't trust this game. Oh, more ammo. Just for me. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Feel free to use it. Actually, it stopped sparking now. I mean, it is cut, but it stopped sparking, which means that it's okay.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly pointed symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Could that be that crazy lady that they were talking about? That, you know, doesn't walk around in the dark for no reason? Oh, hello, dudes. Oh, if I go to the light, they respawn. Where did you guys go? Killed one of them. Come on! Oh, come on! I'm trying, okay? Yeah, I can dodge. Ah, I see we're picking up some ideas from some TV shows. In a parallel universe, I'm just dodging non-stop. You wish. Alan, stop getting exhausted so fast. Wait, was this where we supposed to go? Ah, through here. Thank you. Thank you, giant sign. Ooh, more coffee. The tree this ring was cut from started growing in 1846, the year of the Oregon Treaty was signed. Other notable events marked on the rings. Washington Territory, yeah. The tree felled by the storm, 1987. So you hung some of the tree up here. Fair enough. Ding. Hop, hop. Ooh. Oh. Hop, hop.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Ooh. That they're trying to catch us. I wonder if it's because they think that we have gone crazy and assassinated a whole bunch of people. I mean, that would be my guess too. Well, that is how we would look. I like how you can actually fall out of here. Oof. Somebody knows the light trick. Hello there.
Moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
Thanks. They're also chuggers.
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
Why?
Back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just
do you wanna?
It took a moment.
Do you wanna like sit around or something? What do you mean? Why?
Arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
Oh. Ouch. Oh, that was a lot of them.
I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Oh no, the commies.
That's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name.
You mean imagine actually using them?
Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up. It's them. What I got for you?
Ah, it's the people that are afraid to be photographed. Got it.
Monster! Like that, boy? Huh?
Yeah, apparently. If they're close enough.
Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
No time for back talk. Pull them off, damn it. Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it. That's right. That's right. You just keep coming. Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe.
Yeah, actually I do. All cozy and safe. It's very nice.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
Is this where we make love? Is that what you want from my wife?
This is it, Wake. A last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes.
Ah, they're coming. Yay! I'm kind of enjoying it, so I can see why.
Scream, goddammit! This is a piece of
Okay.
cake, baby.
Ah!
Like that, boy? You just keep coming.
Yay!
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her
Oh god, you really punched you both off the friggin' ledge? How do you even do that, Alan? Did you put your whole body weight into a single punch?
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you! Do you hear me? Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript.
If you want, you can always borrow it from me.
But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Ooh, paint. The paint dribble. Paint that way. Cool. Hooray! Sounds like a fun thing to do. I started my Halloween early. I'll probably do a stream tomorrow as well. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Ooh, page.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Oh, I wonder what kind of game are they working on right now? Because they had a lot of games under their belt, didn't they? Fair enough. Have a happy lurking. I crossed over here. A log over there. Evil things in that direction. Whenever I see such an expansive forest, I have a feeling that something must be in it. Swear, I heard a cat squeak. Game, what about it?
Rusty had warned me about these traps. I wouldn't want to get caught in one of them. Those teeth look nasty.
Oh, Jesus. It's like Bear Trap Central. Yeah, it is very shiny.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Thing is, with how crazy this game is, would it be that far of a stretch to set, like, his own mind inside communist Russia? Oh, owie. I can see why. Let me just put it that way. So this is the right way, at least it should be. Not stepping in the traps. Focus on not stepping in the traps. Oh, they got a lot closer before I noticed them than I thought they should have. Let me just put it that way. Like, they just jumped directly out at me. Yeah, but how do you get into your own book? What kind of magic did he even perform? Ooh. But he doesn't remember writing his own thing. I wonder, will he publish it? Like, if he just finds all the pages, will he just publish it? Any more? No. You know, if writers knew that everything that they wrote always comes true, I think they would stop writing. Or write really sweet shit. Yeah, but what's to guarantee that Alice wouldn't be killed anyway? In that case, why not just write Darkness Dies?
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Okay, just write like a 5-hour long story, right? About how darkness has a conversation and writes a will and then takes its own life, because the life is kind of depressing. It will be very believable. Not very fun, but very believable.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here. It was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
And then I decided to ride said plane. Ow. Ow. Oh, that's what it was. Ah, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? And I died. To goop? Telling me that there's a secret package somewhere around and I can't find it. Oh. Found it. Yay! Flares! Another one. The one that you get not to fire with a thing, but to just launch it by your hand. I agree! You just panic flare. possible to speedrun absolutely everything. It's kind of surreal that here's a guy coming from the same direction that I just saw a guy come from. Well, that's because I'm losing all my ammo by actually shooting things, if you can see. Did they just sprint from place to place? Just never stop going. Just never stop running. I think that there's a house in that direction. Maybe a place that I wanna go to. Oh! Okay. Got it. I thought that was a kettle. Ooh. I mean, they could be filled with oil. Oh no. I'm inside. And I found some goop. What did you order? Yay. I'm so hungry. Fair enough. Have a fun trip. Don't die. So much goopy stuff all around.
The
Ooh.
logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
Thing that only makes sense if you play video games. Where am I going? Yay, more manuscript
When
pages.
Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
He also did not question how did all of that bird breed that much. And nobody just noticed masses of birds like super breeding in an area a year before. Ooh, flares. And more coffee. I have to make sure that Alan has his drinks. Writer Alan could not explain how did so many birds, just get to one area, so he stopped trying.
Be aware of Widowmakers.
Okay. I will beware of Widowmakers. He looked like a tough dude. Whatever he wanted me to beware of, I was bewaring of it. Now there was like a message up here. The darkness. Where's her face? My phone wasn't discharged. There.
It wasn't.
84%.
That's the. What happened?
What happened? Don't ping my camera. My phone discharged. We would have to check if it died or not discharged. Ooh. So let's try not to run into anything that can make some widows. Like bear traps, that could make some widows.